here. We greatly appreciate it. New York, to all the fans, all the press, thank you for assisting this press conference. We have the Alien versus the Crusher, Hopkins versus Kovalev, which will be taking place Saturday, November 8th, 2004, live on HBO Championship Boxing on the Boardwalk Hall in Atlantic City. This fight here will be a 12-round light heavyweight unification. It is promoted by Golden Boy Promotions and Main Events in association with Caesars Atlantic City. Take this opportunity and thank everyone involved at HBO who made this possible. It is really nice to be back on HBO, where I personally had many of my best victories and biggest events live on HBO and live on HBO pay-per-view. Tickets are priced from $50 all the way to $300, which is very reasonable when you have a fight of this magnitude, putting up the best against the best in the light heavyweight division. The tickets will be on sale Friday, September 5th, starting at 12 noon Eastern, and will be available to purchase at the Boardwalk Hall box office, and also by calling Ticketmaster and Ticketmaster.com. And I want to thank one person in particular who had a great deal in not only securing a venue, but also was very instrumental in putting this event together. I want to call her up to the podium, the co-promoter of this event, Kathy Duba. Kathy.
Thank you, Oscar. It's been a pleasure working with you. This fight, I believe, is going to be the most anticipated fight of 2014. It's so much more fun to put together an event like this that everybody wants to see. I can't tell you how exciting it's been for the last few weeks. Just the buzz that we're feeling around us, the excitement level, the anticipation. You can feel it in the air. And I know November 8th is going to be a really special day. We've had a lot of special days at Boardwalk Hall. I can believe this fight really did belong there, and I am so grateful to the good people from New Jersey, beginning with Ken Condon from Caesars, all the way through all those people that Oscar just mentioned. I won't go through taking everybody over again. I'll just second everything Oscar said about that. But this is going to be a tremendous event. I don't think there's anything I can say that adds to that. When you have one of those fights where the bell rings, nobody knows what's going to happen. I've gotten so many people asking me, aren't you concerned, aren't you worried, don't you have trepidation? I don't have any at all. When a fight is this big and this exciting, and two great champions step in the ring and decide to test their skills against each other, and find out who's going to win, not find out who's best, who's going to win the fight. They're both best already just by being here. And so I want to thank Bernard Hopkins for showing how a true champion behaves. I want to thank Sergey Kovalev for showing the same thing. The day I signed him, Sergey's first question was, when can I fight for a world title? And the day he won a world title, his first question was, when can I fight for another one of these? So I feel blessed to be able to stand in front of you today and say, well, you got that chance, Sergey, and this is what boxing is supposed to be. So thank you for being here, and we'll all look forward to November 8th.
Kathy, we'll go back to the podium and introduce Kovalev. We want to show you a quick video on the fight taking place in Atlantic City.
The most important
there is more. Sorry for the technical difficulties. Okay, that was the video. So, I'm glad because we didn't show the knockout victory he had against me. It was just a little tease of what we're gonna expect on November 8th. I really do feel that this is just not a fight. This is an event, and I am glad that it's on HBO. I am glad that it's not on HBO pay-per-view, because yes, this type of fight could have easily been done on HBO pay-per-view, but you have to give credit to Bernard Hopkins, you have to give credit to Kovalev, who not only are they doing it for themselves, but they are doing it for the fans. And that's really what it's all about. So now to introduce the fighters, let me bring up to the podium once again. She is the CEO of Main Events, Kathy Duva, to introduce Kovalev.
It's all going so well. We did something wrong. Okay. That video will be online eventually, so you can watch it there. At any rate, before I introduce you to Sergey, I'm going to bring up the gentleman who, mark my words, is going to be the man of the year for 2014. If he's not, there's something very wrong. Everyone that he handles seems to be successful. Every fighter in the stable moves up with a bullet. He is a person who I have had the pleasure to know and work with for just 2 years. And in that time, he has shown me that he's a lot better at his job than most people that have been doing it for a very long time. No offense to anyone else, but he said one thing to me during the very brief period of time that we had to make this deal. It was the night before Sergey was going to fight, was going to weigh in for the Caparella fight. He just looked me in the eye at one point when I was going through all the pros and cons of what was on the table, and he just looked at me and said, "Kathy, just make the fight." I wish to God every man in the world would say that to me. It would make my job so much easier. Eggs, please.
Good afternoon, everybody. It's really a pleasure to be here in New York City, and of course it's a much bigger pleasure for me to represent the fighter, Sergey Kovalev. We've been on a long run going with Sergey, on a long way coming up to the fight this big. And as I also said, it's not a fight, it's an event. First of all, I wanted to thank our promoter, Kathy Duva. I wanted to thank HBO for putting the fight together, Caesars Hotel in Atlantic City. Very huge respect to Bernard Hopkins. At this age, fighting a guy like Sergey Kovalev. Usually nowadays, the fighters run from fighters. He came into the fighter, and this is, I've been in boxing a long time, and I see how many managers and fighters protect each other or protect their fighters. This is not the deal. This is the two best light heavyweights in the world coming into each other to fight and to show who's the best. It's huge. Thanks all the boys for helping to do all that, to main events, and coming down. Don't blink on November 8th because it's going to be a big action there. Thank you very much.
Just about 2 years ago, I don't think anybody in boxing really knew who Sergey Kovalev was. I've been doing this a long time, and I can remember those rare occasions when that really special guy just walked into the door. I knew it when Colonel Whitaker walked in the door. I knew it when Van Holyfield showed up, when Lennox Lewis showed up. Certainly Arturo Gatti, Fernando Vargas, I think there were a few others. And they just got something special, something different, something that sets them apart. Sergey, he's got that. So when the first time I saw him get in the ring, looked at his eyes, looked at this very sweet, so unassuming gentleman that I had met earlier, a day or two earlier, and I saw this person in the ring that looked like a completely different person. I knew I'd seen that before. The first person I thought of when I saw Sergey get in the ring, believe it or not, was Ray Leonard. I had the pleasure of working, the honor of working with him at one point very early in my career, and I saw this look in his eye, and just told me this person is different. I believe is the most electrifying fighter in the world of boxing today. I think he's going to prove it on November 8th. And I'm blessed to be able to have the privilege to just introduce him. He is the WBO light heavyweight champion of the world, and we believe that in a couple of months he's going to hold 2 more of those titles. Sergey "Crusher" Kovalev.
Good afternoon, everybody. First of all, I want to thank my promoter and all my team, my events, and editor, my manager, Davis Klimas, Caesar Hotel, and also promoter of the Hopkins, Oscar Developer, and also Hopkins, because he is a legend in the boxing world, and also HBO. It's a huge and my favorite channel. So I want to say one thing. One day in Big Bear when I trained there at the hill, I met first time with Oscar Developer, and I was knocking at the door to sign me, like promotion company, and I asked Oscar, sign me, and I will make a big career, you know, but he turned me down, and right now we're meeting in the ring, different side. And last, what I want to say, I'm a talker, and I'm a fighter, and I'm sure that Bernard will do promotion and fight for both of us. And I want to say everybody thank you, and watch HBO November 8th and come to Hotel Silver. Thank you very much.
Really proud to be involved in this type of event with Bernard Hopkins. Every time Bernard Hopkins fights, it's not just a fight, it's an event. I believe many people, not all people, over the years have maybe doubted, is Bernard Hopkins going to win? You know, is Bernard Hopkins going to win against Kali Pavlik? Is he going to go and win against Antonio Tarver? But he's over 40 years old. How can he win? All those questions that people have are no longer. I believe Bernard Hopkins, everything that he does, he deserves. At 49 years old, being the oldest champion, I believe in any sport, deserves tons of respect. The fact that he's facing a crusher like Kovalev, another dangerous fighter, because Hopkins has faced many, many dangerous fighters. And this event, another reason why I'm so proud to be part of it, because we don't get to watch the Yankees versus the Mets. You know, we don't get to watch the Islanders versus the Rangers or the Giants versus the Jets every day. This is what we'll be witnessing, an event that doesn't happen very often. The two best guys in the light heavyweight division in one ring, November 8th. I can go on and on and on about the legacy of Bernard Hopkins. I can tell you from experience, he's good. Really good. I can tell you the records he's shattered. Not probably, but being the best middleweight in the history of this sport. With 20 defenses, being a world champion for so long. And at 49 years old, at light heavyweight, he's still going, and still going strong. He beats George Foreman's record, being the oldest champion in boxing, and he beats it once again, his own record, in his last fight. You know, having wins against Felix Trinidad and the bigger Antonio Tarver and Winky Wright and Cali Pavlik, I really do believe this can just be the beginning for Bernard Hopkins. But that's just my crazy thinking. I think Bernard Hopkins, like we all know him today, I'm now convinced he is an alien. He is an alien. Let me introduce to you, with a record of 55-6 and 32 knockouts, the unified champion out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Bernard the Alien Hopkins.
Well, first of all, I'd like to thank everybody that had a lot to do with putting this fight together in such a short time. Didn't take long at all. When fighters want to fight, that's what happens. Promoters want to do the fight, that's what happens. The managers, the advisors, whatever the title they want to wear to say that they who they are. You want to fight, you want to really do it, this is what happens. It gets done. And you know, Kathy Duke is a veteran in the game, just like myself, who managed myself since 1995. So I figure that my credentials is well respected, maybe not openly, but they are. I didn't thank the commissioner from Atlantic City, Mark Taffet from HBO, and also all the people that had a lot to do with it, even some of the writers who heard about this through a whisper or whatever and didn't, you know, piggyback and start writing it, and people start talking about it. So all these things really help. But at the end of the day, it was the two sides, main event, and of course, the company that I'm part of and proud to be part of, and that's Golden. You know, Kovalev said something that's really true. It's really an innocent thing to say. Bernard's going to do all the talking to promote the fight. It ain't too much he needs to say or will say. Well, that's the difference between being multitasking, that means you can do more than one thing, and to be in position to, whether I come forward, whether I come sideways, whether I go back, or whether I do all the multiple styles that most of y'all witnessed in my 25 or 26 year career. I never got bored with this. I never got bored mentally. I'm not a person to go through the motions. Anything I do, that can be kind of scary if you got to live with it. Because I am disadvantageous in what I do as an athlete and as a sports figure in the world, amongst other sports, that I take everything I do extremely serious. And to me, I know I got to do what people is questioning, because how often can you continue to do it? And, you know, there's no time, set, stage, or plan that I think about when I take on a task in life. Getting knowledge right now in this press conference. It ain't about hollering, screaming, jumping up, and all that other stuff. I've done that when I was younger and I was ignorant. But that was the time for that. There's a season. We have those seasons. You know, if you're the East Coast guy, you know about seasons or person. And there's a season in sports or athlete. The athlete's career, there's a season. I bloomed late. I didn't bloom by the timing of the experts that might even question their own expertise. See, when you write a book about Bernard Hopkins in your mind or in your literature that you write with your pen or your pad or your Instagram or whatever you do, social media, you're going to have, and I want to give as all I can, you the most difficult time to come up with a title to call me, other than amazing. Because after our book, Kovalev, systematically, I don't want to be on nobody's, it's not a disrespect to it, because I represent it, I still think it's useful. But I'm nobody's, I don't be on nobody's pound for pound list. You know why? Because that makes me human. I don't want to be on nobody's pound for pound list like I'm going to have a party. Like I'm going to remake the list. Don't y'all know I'm beyond the list, but not beyond boxing? You want to have to use your brain, for some haven't used it for a long time. Waiting on my demise. You come to a gunfight with one battle, you lose every time. You come to fight me. I'm not talking about anybody else you fought. Because you can put all those guys you fought. Great, fine. He's still a puncher. But you come to a gunfight with one bullet, and I gotta lose it. So you take that one shot. Cool. I'll be aware. But to me, when you talk about the things that become new and old, the only thing I can do is just say, listen, I told you who I am. Some still don't believe. I have to prove it. But I gotta promote the fight because I'm trying to give y'all a chance to reconsider your stubbornness. To understand that the only thing I can do is show you. So for the questions that comes in the next weeks that we got to do our business come November 8th in Atlantic City, it should get old after a while when you see a guy that's representing himself respectfully and there's no freak show going on, because y'all definitely right now. Right? Y'all had my head. Come on, let's keep it real. That's your job. I don't hate you for it. But enjoy a moment. Like some might like the Beatles, and some might wish they were still here if you listen to some of the music today. Or other groups. Just use me as that example. If you could turn back the clock and hear the things that you don't hear like you used to hear before, as they say, man, I remember this. Remember you going to say, man, that was good music back then. See, some of the old heads in this room remember those language in the car when you say, man, I remember that was good music, man, back in the day. So enjoy while you can enjoy it now and see it. And so instead of worrying about when I'm going to leave, how am I going to do it, am I breaking down, am I eating some kind of cereal or something? No. See, y'all humans. Y'all humans. I understand y'all. Y'all don't understand me. And y'all should. Y'all should. I mean, I've been talking this language, Tom Hauser, and all the other faces I've seen for over 20 years. They can go back to their archives and they can tell you, well, you know, I'm hating when I was talking this 93, 2001, 98. I mean, this language hasn't stopped. This is nothing new. It's not a Monday morning quarterback thing where I'm successful 5 years ago, and I'm starting talking about this whole stuff that I talked about 15 years ago. When main events was, at that time, going back-to-back fights, I mean, come on. They was like rolling. So I'm glad that it not only helped a lot of people, but also helped myself. I got lawsuits dropped from people. I got main events back in a big spotlight. They haven't been there a long time. They've been on the drought. When I told you about the word season, when I told you about the word season, I brought a lot of people that was considered buried, even companies, still alive, but really buried by the media perception. But I even accomplished a whole lot of things by satisfying myself. That's a non-selfish person. That really is a non-selfish person. But if he comes to the game with a bullet in the chamber, think that a punch gonna be all he needs. You might be right. That's why you gotta watch it on HBO. See, November 8th. You gotta watch it. Because, listen, y'all, walking the tightrope. Hundreds of feet in the air. No safety net. One mistake, crush him. You don't play with the crusher. He crushes people. Only 3 to 4 people survive this man hammer. This man got a really Russian type of hammer. But I'm Ukraine now. So let's put this together come November 8th. And whatever he got against Oscar for not signing him, make sure you translate this to him. Take it out on me, buddy. He got a chance now. Whatever he felt that he didn't get his due by knocking on the door, can you please something? Now you got a chance to take it out on me. What better way to settle arguments? If the world looked like that, there would be less crime, jails would be empty. Then nobody really get no money. But anyway, this is an opportunity for me to say to y'all, whether you're a fan or not, it matters, but it really don't. Come November 8th on HBO, you get to watch artwork. You get to watch a good, God rest his soul, jazz player, Miles Davis, do his thing. Miles Davis. You better watch Louis Armstrong with gloves on. So sit back and enjoy. Don't complain. Tuck your stomach in. Try to work out every now and then. And watch the ageless one take care of your business.
Woo! Woo!
Thank you very much. Want to mention also and acknowledge Nazim Richardson, who's the head trainer for Bernard Hopkins, who is in Bernard Hopkins' corner and comes out with a strategy. Let me take this opportunity to tell the fans who have always been there and keep boxing alive and keep helping the growth of the sport. You know, the fans have purchased that first-class ticket, you know, air boxing, a long time ago, okay? But they've been sitting coach. Well, November 8th, get your ticket, come on to first class. Come on to first class because you are going to see a show. You are going to see an amazing fight live on HBO. Thank you.
Guys, down here.
Everybody down in front, just duck down a little for the TV cameras. Just duck down a little. Duck down a little, duck down a little, duck down a little.
There you go.
On the other way.
Right here, purple side. Right here. Okay.
You want to face off real quick? Where I face off real quick?
Face up.
That's right, B.
Yeah, I think we're good.
That's right, B.